Hi, my name is Wanda Kay, and I wanted to talk with you for just a few minutes about trading your expectations for appreciation. Now, I know usually a conversation like that is loaded with guilt. Why don't you ever appreciate everything you've got and all of that? But I don't want to go that direction with it. What we're going to talk about is I think sometimes we forget that we have a great treasure trove of information and wisdom within us that we couldn't have gotten any other way but by going through some, frankly, yucky experiences. And we get hung up on those and we say, I had expectations for my kids. I had expectations for my marriage. I had expectations for my career. I had expectations for my income and for how I would be able to do things and who I would be able to do them with. And none of those things are coming through. And then if we really want to do a number on ourselves, we compare our journey with someone else and we ask ourselves, why is it working so great for him or her? And it's not working great for me. And so we're all focused on what we've lost or what we haven't gained and why can't it be our way? And we forget to appreciate. I have to tell you, when I first began my journey as a parent, I was 22 years old. And 15 years after that, I became a parent again. And there's a world of difference in how I parented my first child and how I parented my younger children. A lot of life happened between that. And I began to realize that I was parenting based on other people's expectations of what I should, could, would do. Was I afraid what they would say about me because I was surrounded with a lot of people who like to gossip? Was I more concerned about those individuals because they still existed in my life? Was I more concerned about those individuals, or was I more concerned about the experience that my child would have in childhood? And I have to tell you that I'm working to make it up to my oldest, but I have done a lot better job with my younger children than I did when I was a younger mom, because I was filled with focusing on what were my expectations, what were other people's expectations. That was my entire focus. I had not had anyone pour appreciation into me enough to realize how important it was for my child. And so I grew and I learned and I became a better parent, and I realized at some point how important it was to pour that appreciation into that relationship. Because expectations can be adjusted. Expectations can be changed. But until you have an appreciation for what you have, you're just going to be disappointed a lot with your expectations. I was listening to a video this morning about some friends of mine on YouTube who live very frugally. They live off grid, and they were talking about the transition of lifestyle that they had to go through to get some things in place so that their resources could be better used in the lifestyle they chose. And they talked about frugal living, and they spent a good bit of time until they came to the very end where they did the wrap-up. And they were talking about how that you have to have that mindset that says, I can appreciate some things. They said have some wonderful moments and memories built into the journey. Appreciate the things as you move along, or you're just not going to get anywhere. You're going to get stuck with what you think you're missing out on. And that's true of all of us, isn't it? We think we're missing out on something. We're focused on our expectations. This should feel like this. This should look like this. It shouldn't be this hard. It should be easier. This should have happened sooner, or maybe it should happen slower. Who knows? Those are all expectations. So what I want to encourage you to do today is start to appreciate what you do have. And I'll leave you with this little thing to think about. I thought I had arrived a little bit in my parenting journey, and then my youngest was born. Now, we all like to think as parents that what we want is just to have a healthy, happy baby. And when this baby came along, all bets were off. Things were not as we had hoped or as they seemed. Our expectations, whatever they were for this child, all had to go on a shelf because he was born with special needs. And this parenting journey would be unlike any other because whatever I had hoped for his future, all of a sudden it was all unknown. There could be no expectations. We just had to appreciate each moment as it arrived. I am happy to tell you that my son is healthy now. He still has special needs, but he has been one of God's biggest lessons to me in learning to appreciate what I have. He has such joy and delight just when he sees someone that he knows. He will literally dance to you and give you a big hug. He is a lesson in being able to appreciate so many things. I see a lot of people with a lot of gifts that my youngest doesn't have, and they're not half as happy. So let me encourage you today. If you're going to do this thing, let's do it right. Let's start with appreciation. Set aside those expectations and let's start appreciating what we do have. And let's celebrate that together. And let's move forward. I hope this video has been a blessing to you today. I hope it has helped you. And I hope that you will find enough value in it to like, comment, and share it with the people who are meaningful to you. And I look forward to talking with you again soon. Take care.